Let me do a small recap. Like we created repository, we cloned it in local, then we created Mule application. Within Mule application, we created common folder and implementation folder. In common folder, we will keep all the common things which will be shared across the application. Okay, what all common things are there? So one is global element. In global element, we will have all the connectors detail. Okay, at this moment, we have Salesforce. Okay, two more connectors are here in API.xml. One is listener, another one is API kit router. Okay, so we can move these two also. Go to XML, take this two connector, HTTP listener and API kit, and go to global configuration and paste it here. So all connector configuration we will maintain inside the global config file. Okay, that's good. Yeah. So this is just a dummy error. So let's close it and run it again. So what I did, all the connector configurations we will keep inside the global config file. Okay. Some places you will see only config, but I given name as a global config. Anything is fine. Either you can give name as a config.xml file or global config.xml. And then Salesforce connector, we have HTTP listener and API kit router. All three we have here. In global error, what we did, we moved all the error handling in global error handler, and wherever we need, we will call this global error handler file. Okay, we already called 2-3 places here, here also. Okay, then in implementation, like we will have all the implementation logic here. Okay, this one is very straightforward API, so we don't have much thing. Simply we need to insert data into Salesforce. Okay. So at this moment, we just created connector configuration. We haven't created the structure of how data will be inserted. So that part we will work now. Part of that, we have created property file. So here inside property, we have dev, prod, SIT, and UAT, all properties here. Okay. And at this moment, we configure only dev one, and we have only Salesforce detail here. Okay. So we have HTTP listener also. So that detail also we can put here. So what I will do, HTTP listener, host, port, so we need only host port. Let me see. So this will be host. So this we can take again from property file, HTTP dot listener dot host. HTTP listener dot port. These two value also we are taking from property file. Okay. So host and port detail we already configure. Okay, we need to provide. So host we will use 0.0.0.0 and port we will use 8081. This will be host, this will be port, and Salesforce detail we have. Okay, coming to Salesforce detail, like yesterday I mentioned, so we need to provide here password and security token. So password part I need to check.
Sorry, you are in mute.
So here we have username, password, and security token. Okay. So, but these two information is sensitive information. So what we will do, we will store this in encrypted format. So how we can do that? So for that, first thing, like there are two ways. Either you can use inbuilt plugin in Anypoint Studio. So you need to add the plugin for security value, or you can download this secure jar file. Okay. So here you will able to see this secure property tool jar. Either you can use this one or you can use inbuilt plugin. If you are using this jar, you can download secure property tool jar from the internet. Okay. And once you will download this, you need to open the command prompt. Okay. And then we have some syntax. Let me explain you what syntax you need to write there to encrypt the data. So whenever we will have sensitive information, we will store the sensitive information in encrypted format. So you can download from internet also, or I have already somewhere. Okay, better let me download from internet on. So we have some command to encrypt the data. Get that command here. This is the syntax. Java this file, then encrypt Bluefish CBC. Should be ready-made somewhere. Let me quickly search. It should be many places. I'm not sure why I'm getting. Okay. So this is the command for encryption, and this is the command for decryption. Okay. So encryption command, what we have, Java -cp secure property tooljar. Okay, this is the keyword, okay, which you must need to use. And after that, this is the class name, which class you want to call. This is the method, like after encryption, what kind of encrypted data you want. So here it's a string, means after encryption, it will give you a string data. Okay. Then next we have encrypt or decrypt. This is the algorithm, what we want to do. We want to do encryption or we want to do decryption. Then we have algorithm. We have Blockfish algorithm. Okay. So there are multiple algorithms. So out of which I took Bluefish one. Then this is the mode. Okay. So whenever we do encryption, we have four modes. Okay. So here we have taken CBC mode, and this is the secure key. Okay. Whenever you want to encrypt the data, you must need to provide the secure key, and this secure key will be used to decrypt the data. Okay. So this is the secure key, and this is the data which we want to encrypt. Okay. So what I will do,
Sir, one doubt, what is the meaning of CBC mode?
okay, so whenever we do any encryption, we have to define two things. One is algorithm, another one is mode. Okay, these two things are they use whenever we do encryption. They use these two details to encrypt the data. Okay, so there are
Okay, other
multiple
than CBC,
algorithms.
what are the other three modes, like other than
Okay,
CBC?
that
You told
I
four
will show
modes.
you. Okay, just wait for some time. I will show you. When we will use this secure property configuration, then I will show you. Okay, so this part is ready. So copy this, go to command prompt. Okay. So this is the encrypted data. How to store the encrypted data? So either you can follow their documentation. Here you will get, this is the syntax, double inverted comma, then this curly exclamation symbol, and then first bracket, and then encrypted value. Okay, so here we will put same way, double inverted comma, then exclamation, bracket, then encrypted value. Same thing we will do for secured token also. This is also kind of sensitive information only. Double inverted comma, exclamation, then this bracket. So HTTP listener host and port, Salesforce user ID, password, and secure token. So whenever you want to use this sensitive data, encrypted data, so you cannot use indirect way how we are doing for non-encrypted one. Okay. So here you can see username we have taken directly sfdc.username. But when you want to take sensitive information, encrypted data, then you need to add here secure colon colon keyword. Okay. This is mandatory. Additionally, you need to add this. Same we need to do for this also. Your colon colon sfdc dot security token. Okay, everything is done. Click on OK. Now, whenever you want to use sensitive information, secure data, encrypted data, so what you need to do, you need to add one more dependency here. Okay, we need to add, first you need to go to Exchange, and here you need to add secure property dependency. Mule secure application. Add this. So once you will add this dependency will be added in form. Now, if you will go to global element, click on create, and here if you will search for secure, you will able to see secure property config. Click on OK. Now here you need to give the file from which file you want to take this. So just search it. This should be always forward slash. Now here you can see we took property from the dev.yml. Okay, but every time situation will not be same. When we will move our code on SIT, then it will be sit.yml. When we will move our code on UAT, then it will be property slash uat.yml. So this value is keep changing. So what you can do, when any value will change based on the environment, we can make it environment property. Okay. So if you want to use environment property, syntax will be same. Dollar curly braces and property name. Property name I am giving as a mule.env. But this mule.env should be environment property since this value will change based on the environment. For dev environment, this will be dev.yml. For SIT, it will be sit.yml. Okay, so this one I created as a environment property. Another environment property I will create this key one. Okay, this key will also keep changing based on the environment. Okay, so I will give name as a secure secure property. So to secure key, or you can say secure key. So two environment property we have created here. One is mule.env, another one is secure key. Okay. And someone were asking what other algorithms and modes are there. So algorithm wise, we have this many algorithm. So we will take Blowfish one. And mode wise, we have this four mode. We took CBC. Everyone clear on this? Now we will create these two environment property. One is mule.env, another one is secure key. So how to create? Go to run configuration, and then mule application. Click on plus. Name, let it be new configuration. Select this application, your application name. And here you will able to see environment. So here you can create environment property. Click on add. So what is environment property? Mule.env. Value will be div. Another one I want to create secure key, and value will be this. So one is mule.env, another one is secure key. Apply, and we will double check are we using same one. Mule.env secure key. So this two we will take from environment. Okay. So we completed this part also. Let me know if anyone has any doubt till this point.
Yeah, I think we can provide those arguments in the VM arguments as well, right? Like this and
Yeah, you can pass inside argument and VM argument also. But only thing will be there will be change in syntax.
Ravi,
Yes.
secure key is visible to everybody now.
Sorry, I'm not clear with your question.
Yeah, you kept a secure key now. in run environments where,
Yes.
but it is visible to everybody, right? How to hide that thing?
Okay. Yeah, that in any point platform, okay, whenever you will create environment property, so we have mechanism we can encrypt the data on platform. Okay. So secure key again, we will store in encrypted format on.
Okay.
Like if you move to the another environment, automatically it will change from dev to like testing environment, SIT environment.
Yeah. If you will use mule.env as a environment property, then automatically it will change.
Okay.
Like Ravi, or what is the difference like between like the VM arguments and the environment arguments? So like
What is difference between?
the VM arguments which you're providing and the environment which you have set like different like it will work with both, right? So what is the difference?
Okay, so VM argument, all those are different way. So you can explore on internet what the exact difference is there. Okay, but one difference I can say right now, that is syntax. Okay, so in argument and VM argument, syntax will be different.
Okay.
Okay, everyone clear till this point?
So
Yes.
one of exactly we want to give mule.env, like can you give on the, like you said that if you go, if you give mule.env, automatically it will change the environment. So exactly we should give mule.env, or we can give any other name.
Mule.env. So see that environment property file, either dev, SIT, UAT, and all. Okay.
Okay.
So like based on the environment, we will have dev, SIT, UAT, prod, preprod. Okay, so that value will change based on the environment. So what we did, we created mule.env as an environment property. Okay,
Okay.
and that value will keep changing based on the environment. In production, it will have prod value. In SIT, it will have SIT value.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So if no query, then just give me 5 minutes. Okay, then we'll continue in 5 minutes. Can anyone confirm am I audible and my screen is visible?
Yes.
So, yes, sir, your screen is visible and you're audible.
Yeah, it's visible.
So we were talking about the secure property configuration. So we did it. And one thing we are left with, that is configuration property. Okay, similar to secure property configuration, we need configuration also. Here also again we will take instead of dev.yml, what we can give, we can take this value from environment property. Only thing we are left with the create operation. So we need to pass the data here. Okay. So what all data we need to pass, so that we need to check. Here we'll go to object and fields, object manager. No, object manager, and then create custom object. This one we created. So here we will create few attributes like name, so I created three fields within this object. One will be name, then email, and then mobile. Okay, these three data we created, which we are going to insert using this API. So whenever someone will call this API, I think we had some additional field. Let me quickly check in Ramal. We have registration ID, name, address, mobile, email. Okay, we have registration ID also. Tracy also do. Email, name, mobile, registration ID. Okay, so we have this object. In our API, REST API, where we have this implementation logic. The object name will be this. And payload, we need to generate this particular payload. Okay, so here what I will do, we'll do set payload. We need to generate this payload. Okay, so how we will generate? So always we should pass data inside the array for Salesforce one. Okay, inside that array we will have JSON object, and what all data we want to pass there. We have name, name, email, the first thing we need name. Okay, if we will,
ID.
yeah. Yeah. So from where we will get name? Name we will get from the payload. Okay. So if you remember what we did, whenever we are getting the request data, we are capturing all the data inside this variable, request data variable. Let's dot request data. Inside that we will have all the payload inside the payload. Dot payload. Now we need to take name from the payload. Okay. Here what all mapping we need to do? We need to take name, email, and all from the payload. So what I will do, will show you sample payload for this system API. So request payload will be like this. So we want name from this payload. So what will be syntax? After payload, this customer registration request, and then we want name. So this is the syntax to get the value from the name. Let me know if anyone has any doubt on this part. Same way, we need email, mobile, and other thing. So for email, we have mobile. So hope my screen is visible. Can anyone confirm?
Are visible.
So here we have name, email, mobile, address, registration ID. So we captured all the data, and this is the field in the Salesforce. Okay. So we are good with everything. Let me save this.
Ravi,
Yes. Yes, go ahead. Tell me.
no, what I'm asking, so sometimes I saw somewhere we pass the data in the Java format instead of JSON format.
Yes. In like in Salesforce, you mean to say, or somewhere else?
In Salesforce.
Yes, Salesforce will support both Java and JSON.
So is there any particular situation to go with Java and JSON, or it's
No, no.
independent?
You can use anything anywhere.
Okay. So if it is in the Java format, is there any syntax change, or it will be the same thing?
No,
Instead of
same,
JSON, I have to give Java.
same.
That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I need to prepare the postman. So what I will do, I try to do one shortcut. check. In code example, you can see curl. Okay, copy this curl. Go to Postman. New. Things you will get automatically. Body we can take from here. Just now we took. This is the body. This is request body. Header we are passing the transaction ID, client secret, accept language. Everything we are passing. And for endpoint, if we are doing local testing, so endpoint will be 0.0.0.0 colon 8081 slash API slash which API we are calling. So we are calling this first registration. We are calling this endpoint as registrations. Method will be post. Okay, so to debug this, let me add one breakpoint here. Now let me call this API. Request received here. Now it will validate based on the rammer. So if validation will pass, then only it will come here. Otherwise, it will go to error handler. First thing what we are doing, we will initialize everything inside one variable. Okay, so here one variable got created. This request data, so you can see everything we captured here. Then next, it will do log. This is start log created here. And then it will go to implementation flow, where we will create the payload. Okay, so first thing, we created this payload. Name is developer guide, email is this, mobile this, address and registration ID. Okay, then click on next. So here it will call the Salesforce connector. We got the response, so we need to make sure everything is fine. So here you can see successful is true. If you are getting successful is true, that means record is inserted successfully. Okay. Now we will check in Salesforce. We will go there and we will validate there. So this is the object customer OBG. Okay. So first thing, if you want to see this customer OBG, you need to go to setup. And you need to set the tabs. Customer OBG. Pick any design. Next. Next. It's done. Now I will go to so we have customer OBG here and we will check all the records. Okay, so just now we created this object. So let me here we have just now we inserted developer guide with this number. This is the email ID, location, and last modified by this user. Okay, so in this way, like we have completed happy path. Okay, so far we just completed happy path. Let me know if anyone has any doubt. One more thing, once it will be successfully created, then once it will be successfully created, we will again do set payload. H. This transaction ID we need to take from header. So syntax will be request data. We have another part that will be part of headers. What headers? Dot header name. Okay, so header name we have BO transaction ID. Okay, so we will take the transaction ID from the header. Okay, so this API is now done. In terms of happy path, anyone has any query, let me know. Then we will go for error part.
What
So first, yes, go ahead.
what if call in Postman have like create a new call?
Sorry, in Postman.
What is like you have declared something like call CURL like
Okay, so this,
in Postman? What is that?
yeah. So in Postman, we have one option as a curl. Okay, so that will like whenever you will create any Postman for any API, if you want to share that Postman detail from one person to another person, so curl is a way by which we can share detail from one person to another person. Okay. So I got this curl from our YAML file. So from there, I imported that curl. So I got all the detail except few things we need to change that I did change. Okay, so curl in short, you can say if you want to share any postman from one person to another person, we share it through curls only. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, anything else in happy path?
Yeah, hi Ravi. One thing,
Yes.
in the initialized data, you have mentioned it, one transform message. Is it mandated to keep like that, or we can directly call from payload?
Sorry, tell me again which
Initialized data where you have mentioned in the API. Can you go through that once?
useless data I'm not getting.
Like where initialized data, you have mentioned one variable request data,
Okay,
right?
okay. Yes, yes.
Like it is mandate or it is for best practice you have mentioned like
Yeah,
this.
it's a kind of best practice. Yeah.
Okay, if not, we are keeping this. We can directly call from payload dot like that, right?
Yes, yes, you can do. But what will happen many places, like your payload will keep changing. Okay. Let's say you are doing
Yeah.
2, 3 external call. So after each external caller, your payload will change automatically. So if you will need request payload, after that, you will not able to generate the request payload.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a good way to store that inside one variable. So whenever you need within your application, you can call that variable.
Okay. Fine, Ravi.
Okay, if no query, then let's take 5 minute break and then we will work on the error scenario and we will work on the deployment part. So immunity is also there, deployment part is also there. We'll see. Ideally, immunity should be first and then deployment should be second. But we'll see. We can take in different order also. But before that, let's take 5 minute break. Hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, fine. So now we will discuss about the error scenario. So there might be many regions where we can get the error. So here for error scenario, first thing, there might be some kind of like application error. So first in global config, in global error, so in logger part, we will put the same payload, which is for error scenario. So this is the error log and this is the error payload. Okay, so error payload will be similar to error payload will be very similar. Only few things will change. One is this will be 500 error type. Okay, so whenever there will be error, one error object will be created and that error object will have some type. So we will take the value from there. Want to see the structure of error object? Just Google it. So whenever error object will be created, error you type of the error. And detail. then title. So now, if there will be any error in this one, this will be handled by parent error handler. So in parent error handler, what we will do? Name as a so we have given name as a app. We'll call it from if there will be any error, it will go there. So to test the error scenario, like happy scenario, we already tested. Test the error scenario, what I will do? I will do
So both on error propagate and on error continue will stop the flows if error occurs. Ravi, actually, in the high level.
see.
Uh-huh.
On error continue will catch the error and it will send success response. Okay. Now it depends. In success response, do we have any further execution or not? Yes.
Hello. Hello, Ravi. I'm not able to hear you. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sorry. So what will happen in the case of honor propagate? So if we have further flows, it will not execute in case of honor propagate.
and it will send the error response.
Okay. Okay.
So once there will be error, on error propagate will catch the error and it will send error response. So yeah, definitely there will not be further execution in the component.
Okay. But in case of honor continue, there will be further execution if it is a success. Okay. Got it.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. You meant to say response instance code, right, Ravi? Response code, right? 200 or 400, 401, right?
Yeah. So response,
Okay.
either it will be success response or error response.
Code.
Yeah, yeah, you
Okay.
can say
Okay.
code.
Hello. Hello, Ravi.
Yes, yes.
Is your system got struck or you haven't moving your cursor? Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. Is your system got struck or you haven't removed? Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so it's failing here. Post registration API config cannot create inner bean. Okay.
I think global element we haven't created.
No. Error create slicing. Looks like everything is fine. So why it's failing? Is it a warning or error? Okay, this is just a warning.
Hello, Ravi. Is it stopped?
Sorry. What do you mention?
Yeah. I think you need to click on S, right? Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
So it deployed successfully. Okay, so this time we'll test again. So this one is completed. So our breakpoint didn't work. So it's okay. Let's go here. So you can see new entry got created. So now I want to test error scenario. To test error scenario, what we need to do? We need to create some error in our processing. To make it like very simple, what I can do, I can change the Salesforce credential. So instead of this username, I will keep this username, which doesn't exist. So it will give us error.
Yeah, I think again you need to click on S, right?
Yeah, that we can click, and even if we will not click in backend, it will keep running. So this time I will call again. This time you can see failed in Salesforce part. Okay. So whenever there will be error, it will go to error handler, global error handler. Okay. So you can see here, it went to global error handler. So it will execute these two components, logger and set payload. And then We will send final response. Okay. This final response is coming in the Java format, so we need to change it. In JSON, the same way. In case of global error also, need to redeploy this.
Hello, Ravi.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think.
Salesforce. Went to error handler, will log the error and it will set the payload. It will send response back to calling. Still, it's in Java only. Suggestion. So in this way, like we have to handle all the error scenario also. This is if there will be anything wrong with Salesforce or database. If we have any different kind of error, that also we need to handle. Let's continue tomorrow. So tomorrow we will see using how we will apply a unit here and using Jenkins CI/CD pipeline, how we will deploy this on cloud. So those two things we will see tomorrow.
Ravi, would you mind giving access to the GitHub actually?
Whatever things are there on Git, everything I shared on Loop. But yeah, Git part I will give access.
Oh, you shared on where, Ravi? On the group. Okay, okay. Let me. I have. I missed that message. Let me check and download those things. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good night, Ravi.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, good night.